Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Big Gunz 4 with football band Craig Matthews, and of course, our last member of the show, Weezer, is very busy today. He's got lots of family stuff to do today, so um, you'll catch him up next week. So to our friend Wizard, man, just be strong and do your stuff. But you know what? The remaining team will have things to get off our chest today. You know, and it's not a joking matter. Yeah, Craig. You're welcome to the show. Let's just do that. I want to just go straight because it hurts, man. It hurts. But let's just send the pleasantries first before we get into it. Craig Matthews, my guy, you welcome to the show. Craig,
Thank you.
what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? How's everyone doing?
Man, bro. If I say I'm doing good, if I say I'm doing good, man. If I say I'm doing good, man, it's a fallacy, bro. It's a fallacy. But you know what? Yeah, we have our other brother who is also here too. Football and channel guys. It's Abs. Abs is in the house. My brother, you're welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, Tony, and thank you for having me on your show today. Look forward to going through it all.
Yeah. See, Craig, take us through what happened this week, yeah. And what's the problem?
Our backup team is not good enough. Simple as that. Once you start making change, rotating the squad, the backup players not good enough to the starting 11, and we struggle. Like the other day, we played against who did we play against? Sporting Lisbon. We should have beaten them, but it goes to show we're not clinical enough. The midfield was poor. Jorginho and Xhaka don't work well together. I've realised that now. They don't work well together. As soon as Partey came on, the midfield was more solid. But when them two were together, they just kept on. They kept on. It was like watching a basketball game. It was like end to end. There was no such like they go forward, they attack, we attack, we attack. There was no like someone who could just break up the play and kind of control that midfield. So I think we lost it in midfield, and they scored a world class goal. Love the keeper from about 30, 40 yards out.
Yeah.
And we lost on penalties. Well, what can you do? Penalties is a very hard game to predict. Anyone could win on penalties on their day. And I think Ramsdale was very poor on penalties as well. He should have saved one of them at least. The one where he got a hand to it and he palmed it into the goal. So overall, I feel like we have to pick up for tomorrow and try and get confidence for the rest of the season. Now, we're only paying for one trophy now. That's the Premier League. So I am gutted that we lost the game. You haven't won a European title in a long time, and it would have been good to get to the next round. But we haven't got the squad for it. We haven't got the squad to compete for 2 trophies. We haven't got the squad. That goes to show we haven't got the squad.
Okay. Football back, because I have my own reservations about this whole thing, But football band, what would you say happened to us this week? Crashing out of the Europa League, the one trophy that we all Arsenal fans all needed. The one trophy that we said this season. You know what? If we get top 4 and we get this title, this Europa League title, it's good and okay for me. We'll chill, we'll be happy, we'll merry, we'll sing that last hurrah. See, brother, what happened this week, man, on Thursday?
Right. What happened is Sporting Lisbon came to the Emirates with a game plan.
Hmm.
What happened is Sporting Lisbon played like the home team. What happened is we wasn't ready for them. And what happened is in the first leg, we messed up.
Hmm.
Now, respect to Sporting Lisbon, they're a decent team. I get it. They got some ballers in their team. Yeah. I think they had a couple of players missing as well, Trincao, and I think there was someone other midfielder or someone else was missing from the squads. But we're Arsenal. Sporting Lisbon, Portuguese league, what, fourth in their league? We're top of the
Fifth,
Premier
actually, I
League.
think fifth.
Yeah, yeah, fifth. We're top of the Premier League. We need listen, we're gonna get into this, but for me, we've given up another. We're Arsenal. I don't understand why we have to not be in this competition or that competition or this competition just to stay in one competition. I understand we're going for the league as well, but we haven't.
But again, the reason why, like Craig already said that the reason why is, see, our second string team is not just good enough. Do you buy that? Is that a valid answer to your question about you saying, we don't have to be here, we don't have to be where, we're out of here, we're out of here just to, concentrate on the Premier League. Craig said, hey, we don't have the team to do that. Do you buy that, football band?
Yeah, I suppose so, but even with our second string team, we should be able to get over the line against Sporting Lisbon. Come on.
Hmm.
We should be able to. Come on. We've got Jorginho, what? World class winner. Zaka,
Mm,
decent player on his day.
mm,
We had a decent team. All right, we had a Fabio Vieira, which a lot of people were making comments about. He was very weak and stuff. But we had Jesus for the first half. We had Martinelli. We had Trossard. We had a good enough team to beat them. It's only
yeah,
when we conceded that goal through the falafel in midfield
yeah,
where we didn't have control. We didn't have control of that game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. See, yeah, football band, yeah, Craig. I was shocked. See, the first thing that shocked me was that when we started that game, I did not see Thomas Partey in that game. It shocked me, first of all, because this is the warning I was warning even before we started that game. I wanted us to play our first 11 in that game because we went to Portugal. I saw the way we underestimated these guys by fielding that disgraceful team that played against these guys. Yeah, shifting two goals, in Portugal. Our first 11 wasn't there. And see, yeah, this is the bigger picture I'm always talking about. The Europa League represent that trophy, that European standard trophy that Arsenal should be going in for and doing a job there, fielding our players, our best players in it, because it's a trophy to get won. We deserve that kind of trophy. It's been a long time coming, and and
29
and we've
years.
exactly, and we've fluffed our lines. We deserve that trophy. We deserve it. And right now, yeah, I don't want to even go into how that would actually affect our psychology as a team, because we need a bounce back against Crystal Palace. That Crystal Palace game, we'll still talk about that one. But again, what does this do for the mentality of the boys? They've just lost their first kind of like final in a way. Mind you, Martin Odegaard said we have up to 11 more finals, cup finals in the league, which is true. Because if we lose any of those cup finals, that remaining premiership games we have, it's all over. But can these guys pick up the pieces from Thursday and go into that Crystal Palace game and win? Can we bounce back? Well, that would be a question you two will have to answer. But see, yeah, I don't know why we'll be going into a cup game that we should be paying respect to. We should be winning for the fans, and we're not going there with our first 11. What what are you saving? Okay, even if you want to even save or anything like that, yeah, it's the wrong time to do so. The time to save was against, at least was the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. See, for crying out loud, Real Madrid, the big time players playing cup games too. They filled out big time players in cup games. Why is it ours that is quite different? Why wasn't Thomas Partey down there in the first half? Why wasn't Odegaard there in the first half to exploit the spaces that Fabio Vieira wasn't exploiting? These are the questions that needs to be asked. Why couldn't we put this out, field this 11 first? And then in the second half, by the time we've done the damage, because we're at home, we should be confident at home, getting goals at home, winning at home. And so we got the first goal. So if we fielded our first 11, tap, boom, we get 2, 3 goals, and then you can now be able to remove Thomas Partey, remove Martin Odegaard to go rest, at least in the second half, and bring in the French players. But right now, we fielded Gabriel Jesus. That Gabriel Jesus doesn't even make sense at all because you removed him in this in the second half and not even in the 60th minute. Bruv, it was in the second half, exactly in the second start of the second half. What are we talking about? Omiyasu, what's going on here? Guys, see, so many things to be talked about. You guys have not even touched the make. How are we having injuries in the first 20 minutes? How is our best centre back, Saliba, injured in this game? What's it with that fitness? Craig, what can you tell us about all these niggling issues I've just raised? Tomiyasu, injured in the first 10 minutes. Saliba in the first 20 minutes, injured. What's going on?
I feel like with the Saliba injury, I think it was a back spasm. He had a back spasm. I think he should be okay for Crystal Palace. Hopefully, maybe he might miss out on the game. With Tom Yasta's injury, I think he overstretched. He overstretched the ball. He might pull his hamstring or something. The way he was stretching, when he tried to make that tackle, and his leg just went like that. It went very like wide and just went so it's like a
Yeah.
long. Yeah, I personally feel Arteta's not really rotate that. What I mean, like it's overplaying the players too much. I feel like it's not really giving players a rest and like other teams will rest their players in key moments of the season. I feel like maybe Saliba's played every game for us this season. I think I don't think he's missed a game for us this season. I think he's played every game this season, and I know he's still young and he should be able to do it. But I feel like in the Premier League, international world, he went to the World Cup. I know he didn't play a lot of games. Then he came back. Then he played more matches again. So I don't know, man. It is concerning that we keep picking up niggling injuries at this time of this crucial time of the season when we need to be keeping the squad depth strong. So if we want to challenge for trophies and all that, we have a good strong squad. But injuries do happen in football. This is part and parcel of the game. It happens. So I don't know, man.
Man, football fans, take a cue from what our brother Craig said. What do you think? Shouldn't we? All these issues I've raised out, for you. The, why? Why can't we be fielding our first 11? If that's a trophy that we really deserve, the fans deserve it. We deserve it. The coach deserves it. At least for putting up this fight against Man City, it's only just that he could at least go to that same length and get us an external trophy, this time an European trophy. Why isn't he fielding his best 11 players?
Do you know what? I don't know the answer. Only Arteta knows the answer to this, but I agree with what you say. We should have fielded a very strong team. Is this what round was this? The round of 16, was it?
Yeah, round of 16.
Yeah,
Round of
Yeah.
around
16.
16.
So all we needed to do is just do the business at home, get through to the next round, and then do you know what? Then assess the team's needs after that. But it's, I've got to say this. It's Arteta. This is Arteta showing naivety, because
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
playing Palace on Sunday, and Palace haven't scored a goal. Is it all from the start of the year? I'm hearing they've not
yeah,
scored a
yeah.
goal.
They've not.
Yeah,
They've not. They've been
so
poor. They've
they've
been
been
poor.
poor. So why
Relegation form.
Brother, yeah. So why did we go into this game thinking Azaka and Jorginho in midfield with Vieira is gonna get us over the line? There's no dynamism in that midfield. You know, okay, Jorginho set up the first goal, but for the goal they scored, where they was trying to play it in the midfield, oh man, that guy scored the wonder goal. Oh, that was so frustrating to see, because if they hadn't have scored that goal, I couldn't see them scoring. You know, even though they played well, I couldn't see them scoring.
Yeah, exactly. Even me too. Even me too. But you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Craig. Yeah, who's to blame for that goal? These guys, yeah, coming the
Oh,
impetus for these guys to come in to the Emirates and score that wonder, that glorious beauty of a goal, a belter. Who's to blame for that goal? It was shocking, man. I think it's Ramsdale. Ramsdale is to blame. What are you doing out of your lines? But what do you think, Craig?
I sympathise with you with Ramsdale, but I don't blame Ramsdale for all of it. I blame the midfielder for messing around in the box. They'll try to do tiki taka football, and instead of them just clearing the ball, then I think it was Jorginho got caught on the ball and he made a challenge on the player. The player went down, and the referee played the advantage. And then obviously Ramsdale off his line, so they just lobbed it over him. So if they were not dilly-dallying in midfield and just doing the simple thing, like pass the ball on the wide players or kick it far away from that place as possible, that goal would have been avoided. So it's the midfielder's fault. I don't blame the goalkeeper for that one, because there's nothing you could do, because he has to be high off his line anyway. So he could see the midfielders can see that there was no protection for the goalkeeper. They should have just cleared the ball. They should not just messed around with it in midfield. I think Xhaka and Jorginho were messing around in midfield, trying to do stupid passes. They made a stupid pass, and then the guy intercepted it, and they tried to foul him. When he fouled him, then they scored the goal. Then the guy scored the goal.
But again, Ramsdale is our number one goalkeeper. Yeah, you shouldn't be conceding those kind of goal. I'm sorry. I do understand that they were dilly dallying and playing the the Humpty Dumpty around the midfield. But man, man, to concede that kind of goal, bro, it's not just disgraceful, it's shocking, man. At Emirates of all places, man. Uh, Ramsdale should be aware. He's always out of his position. And again, see, yeah, Craig, yeah,
Mm.
Ramsdale have been having questionable performances. Let's call a spade a spade. He's been having questionable performances this season. And again, someone, I don't know, we're talking about, okay, it was me and Ola, me and Ola of the Fight Week channel, who were talking about a replacement, not really a replacement, but a backup for Ramsdale,
But
in the summer, but we missed it. It- I think we need a backup goalkeeper to push this guy to the limit. Craig, what do you think? Football bands, I'm coming to you because you also have to answer all these questions too. Craig, what do you think? Don't you think we need another goalkeeper? Forget that this guy is English. We need another goalkeeper who could come in and do at least do a job.
I personally feel that Matt Turner was supposed to be that backup goalkeeper, USA number one, but he's flat to deceive. He hasn't done. He made a mistake last week against Sporting in the first leg. he got dropped. Fairly right. He got dropped this week. I don't know if he hasn't been given minutes at all. He hasn't played a lot for Arsenal, but whenever he's played for us, he doesn't look very confident in goal. So I do agree with you that we need to buy a backup goalkeeper in the summer. I feel that Ramsdale does need a challenge now. I think he's too comfortable in the team. It's a bit like when we had Leno at Arsenal. When Leno was at Arsenal and he knew that he was number one, he was always making mistakes and he knew he would never get dropped. I feel like Ramsdale's gotten too complacent now. We're thinking, I can play every week. If I have a bad game, I'm not gonna get dropped the next game. And I feel that that's the problem. I think every player in the team needs a challenge for their position. I don't think anyone should be thinking they can rest on their laurels. I think they can just start every game when they're not playing well. Everyone needs to be kept on their toes. So that's why I think. I thought we didn't need another backup goalkeeper in the summer, I would say.
Yeah, of course. Football band. I don't know if football band is there. Football band, are you there? Football band is back. Football band is back. See, football band, yeah. That goal this guy scored, man. It hurt me. It hurt me real bad, man. To see everyone in the Emirates opened their mouths when that goal got in. The Kardashian who came in to show us love down there opened her mouth. She opened her mouth. And you know what it takes before she opens her mouth, right? Yeah, but she opened her mouth, shocked at what happened. Bro, why is it Arsenal? See, Ramsdale football bans, man. What's going on? Of course, I do take a cue from what Craig said. Jorginho and Zach are playing around, but again, that was in the midfield, man. This guy should be aware. You're Arsenal number one, for crying out loud. You should be aware of everything going on. You should be aware of that those players have messed up at the midfield, and that you should be prepared for anything coming up. So why would Ramsdale allow those guys just come and score that beauty of a goal against us, man? Disgraceful. For football fans, what do you think, man?
Well, first and foremost, that was a world class finish, and it reminds me of that Naeem finish against us. What I would say is that that goal was no mistake. For some reason, I've got a feeling that they must have seen Ramsdale quite a lot of his line over the
Over and over, yeah, over the course of the game.
Yeah, the course of the game. And you know what? What's there to say? If you see him off his line, like the coach, if you see him off his line, try a shot. And you know what? They got fortunate and they scored. So, but Ramsdale, he's the thing is with Ramsdale, yeah, and we have to put this into context, yeah. He's still a young goalkeeper. I know he's got that always or that smiley, bantery style about him. But he also prevented them from scoring another goal as well. I think where it hit his face. So he actually kept us in the game as well. So,
but isn't that his job? Isn't that his job?
Yeah, I know, but
his job.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm sorry, maybe I'm just frustrated, man. But
yeah, of course it's his job, but I'm not going to be too harsh on Ramsdale in this situation. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, how only Arsenal get those wonder goals get scored against, but I can't be too harsh on Ramsdale. Ramsdale, he made a couple of good saves in that match. I know it's his job, but it could have been like game over with that Marcus Edwards chance. Marcus Edwards, but we were able to combat that and go into extra time. But yeah, I'm not going to be too harsh on Ramsdale. I still think he's a decent stop shop.
For Robert, it's not about being harsh on him. Ramsdale have been having questionable performances for the past 4 or 5 games, and that's why Jay Grint right here on the chart is calling him Haramsdale. is no David Seaman. That's true. It's an aram what happened on Thursday.
You know what I think as
A
well,
big
Tony?
one.
Yeah.
You know,
You know what I
see,
think?
yeah, football bands. If
Yeah.
we keep painting these players and we don't attach a certain form of responsibility for these guys, see, we won't be accountable Arsenal fans. These guys need to be accountable for what they've done. They have to be. See, we're out of the Carabao Cup in a season that should at least be something big for us. We're out of the Carabao Cup. Good, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. I don't really care about that cup. Now we're out of the FA Cup. Now that's a good cup to have at least in the coffers. We're out of that cup because of the bigger fish, right? Good. We left that cup. Now in the Europa League where we need to Ramsdale. Oh my God. See, man,
You know, with Ramsdale,
I don't know, man. I don't know
yeah,
what to say,
with
man.
Ramsdale, I think he loses concentration a lot. You know, and can you remember that Fulham game where there was a pass back to him, and all he had to do is just like change his feet and just pass it, but
Just
he does
swap the
something
ball and
stupid
pass it
and
around.
yeah, he's just he
Bro, man,
doesn't seem very
it
confident. He
hurts.
betrays that he's confident, but he doesn't. He's not that confident. He doesn't come across to me as a very confident chap. I know he's got all the smiling and with the fans and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but I think underneath all of that, he's not really that confident.
He's not really that confident.
No, I
I
don't
do
think
buy
so.
that.
I don't think
I
so.
buy that. I buy that. See, Craig, yeah, I'll bring you into this. Yeah, see, when I saw this person coming to the pitch, I know we've lost. When I saw him coming to the pitch, I know we've lost. It was no other person than Rob Holding. When I saw that guy come in, see, that guy represents the decay that has been in Arsenal and is still in that football club. See, why can't we boot out those kind of players and bring in squad in depth? Because even you have said here already on the show, our second string team is not good enough. Because if if Saliba is having a problem, at least we could have said, hey, Kivio, come in and play. Do you want to tell me right now that Kivio is that bad a player that he cannot come in place of Saliba to play? Why should we be allowing Rob Holding to come into that team at all this season? Craig, do you have more belief in Rob Holding than in Kivio? And why spend that money on Kivio when you won't give him chances in even the Europa League itself?
Rob, every time Rob Holding plays, my heart starts pumping extra beats.
Oh,
It's very bad. I'm sorry. He gives me. He's not. I remember last season when we played against Tottenham away. I don't remember that game when we lost at Tottenham when he's got his sent off when he fouled Son twice and kicked him in the back and he fouled him. Even this season in the FA Cup we lost against Man City, he played. He kept on fouling Haaland and then he almost got sent off before half time and they took him for half time. He's reached his level now. I think he's not a good Arsenal player. We need to get rid of him. Kivio is a good player, but I think the reason why I don't know it's because the reason why he never played Kivio and because Gabriel's left-footed and Kivio's left-footed. And I think Rob Holding's right-footed. So I don't know if he wants to play two left-footed centre backs. I don't know. Is there something? Both of them are left-footed, so I think Arteta likes to play one right-footed centre back or one left-footed centre back. But I think two left-footed could work in the team. I think it could work. But I don't know why you're going to spend all that money on Kivio if you're not going to play him. It doesn't make any
if you're
sense.
not going to
So
play him, see,
it doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make
And
any sense. It doesn't.
Is
Doesn't
he
to me
ready to
make any
play though?
sense.
Is he ready to play though?
he's been ready since January. He's played a lot of games in the reserve, the under-23s. He's played a lot of
On the
games.
trainings,
He's been playing well. Everyone in training said he's very good in training. He's very quick. He's very sharp.
give
So
him games. Give him
you have
Yeah, but
games.
look what
Give
happened
him games. Let him play.
in the first leg where
Yeah,
he just
he did look shaky in the first game. To be honest with you, when there was a header and the guy scored from the header and he ducked.
yeah
He ducked
yeah.
from the header and then like he got scared.
But
But
but again, I don't blame him for that one. What's Saliba doing there? Saliba just opened his legs and couldn't even make a tackle. Come on, bro.
Mm.
Bro. He just opened his. See. Sometimes these players have to take responsibility. We have to be harsh on them a
Mm.
little bit because right now it's no longer a joke. We're out of the Carabao Cup. We're out of the FA Cup. We're out of the Europa League.
Mm.
We shouldn't be babysitting these guys. We should be tough on them. If they give out good performances, good, we around them. If they're not
Mm.
giving good performances, we have the right to be critical of these guys. And I'm sorry, man, we have to be overly critical of these guys because they've messed up. Trust me, they've messed up. We messed up in Portugal where we needed to win this, match at least. Came back to England and these guys are running the show. They're running the show. St.
Mm.
Eustace was just running the show in the middle of the park. It was just empty, shambolic. Even the way we even put Jorginho and Saka in the first place, it's a big error. Thomas Partey should have been there. And even I was even telling many other Arsenal fans, I want to see Martin Odegaard start that matchup because in Portugal we never had that kind of midfielder that will open up those spaces, open these guys up. And you can see Saka, yeah? When Saka doesn't have anyone to actually help him open up and spread the ball, to the entirety of the field, they get doubled up on. And that's
Mm.
what happened. They doubled up on him. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to
Saka
go.
just fizzled
Nowhere to
out of
go.
that game, and
Yeah.
you can't even blame Saka for that, right? Saka
Mhm.
has been our most consistent player this season. He's been scoring goals for us. He can't even take a blame this season. Okay, good. What was that from Martinelli, guys?
Do you know what? I'm not even going to talk about that. Do you know one thing I said to myself is I'm not even going to talk about Martinelli's penalty. They've played 90 minutes. It's extra time and then penalties. The guy's mentally tired. He's mentally, people miss penalties. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. What I do want to ask you, I want to ask you one question though, Tony, quickly. Are we too over reliant on Partey?
Yeah, it
Do we
seems so.
need him to play every single game? Because
It seems so. It seems so because it seems so football banned because we can argue it. The games that Thomas Partey hasn't been there this season are the games that we've lost this season. And those are facts. Those are facts.
that's worrying going forward. That is really worrying.
It's worrying. It's yeah. I do agree with you, football band. That's a great point. But again, but see, yeah, but you know that you cannot win without Thomas Partey, and you bringing him in the second half. So I have a problem with that. So Mikel Arteta has to take part of the blame of this loss. See, I've backed Mikel Arteta throughout the season. Yeah, I've backed this manager from the first season till now. Many people are calling for his head, but I've not called for his head yet because I knew the mess he came to meet at Arsenal. You need time to actually build a squad, get the deadwoods out and, impact your knowledge and impact how you want to play to the players you've brought in. Good and okay. And I give you 3 years for that. This is his third year. I expect him to be competing and at least, even if he's not competing on that level for the European title, at least he should be on a stretch. Go down the wire with them in the semi-finals to the finals. Well, Arsenal Football Club. Craig, you wanted to say something?
I feel that Arteta's very when it comes to European football, I think when it comes to knockouts, he's very naive as a manager when it comes to the big games in Europe in European football. Teams are sussed out how to play against Arsenal. I feel like in the Premier League you can get away with it in the Premier League, but when it comes to the European football, his tactics are very naive. They're very it's not very. He doesn't even sometimes in the Premier League when it comes to making changes. He doesn't like some man like you got Guardiola will make a change at half time or if he can see a tactical change, he'll make a tactical change. Arteta will wait till the 70th, 80th minute to make a change. And I feel that sometimes in matches, if players are not playing well, you have to be ruthless and say, you know what? It's not working out for you right now. I'm going to take him and try
Lavelle.
somebody else. I feel, if you look at all the games this season, most of the games he makes changes very late in match. He doesn't give like players enough minutes, enough time to get into the game. Like I know the other day we beat Bournemouth. When we beat Bournemouth the day, he brought Nelson on. He took Smith Rowe off and brought on Nelson, and Nelson had what was that 30 minutes and he scored the winner. So some games he would get like that Bournemouth game. He was very lucky. He scored the winning goal. In another day, would have drawn that game. So there's certain games where if we're losing or we need another goal, he needs to be more proactive. And in Europe, teams know how to play against us because they watch how we play. We play the same football. We haven't got a plan B. If we had a plan B, that say we could bring on like another striker or a physical striker or someone who can put a cross in, or maybe have like a Kieran Tierney or someone who can whip the ball in the box and someone to get ahead of. Like when we had Giroud at Arsenal, someone we haven't got a backup. Like we play the same system every game, so we have like a plan B. So if we're playing other teams in Europe, like Sporting Lisbon or someone, they know how we're going to play. We're going to play to Saka, play into that, play that tiki-taka, play that kind of good football. Sometimes you have to play the ugly football to win matches. Sometimes you can't always play pretty football to win all the time. And that's why I thought that. That's
It's cooking.
And that's why I feel that sometimes we really do need to have Man United got a plan B. They got their that workhorse guy. He can play up front. They got Rashford. They can always change it up. They've got a plan B. Liverpool got a plan B. Man City got a plan B. Chelsea, I don't know, but we haven't got a plan B. That's the biggest problem. And I feel that if we qualify for Europe next season and get Champions League, we need to get a plan B for Champions League, because we can't. Imagine you play against Juventus. So Juventus are no defensive team. They're just going to defend for the whole game. So you got to know how to break down teams quick.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Football bands, do you agree with what Craig said? You know, what's your take on that, bro?
100%, 100%, and it's almost like Arteta just has that one way, isn't it? You know, that fast pressing football game. You know, out to the wings, out to Martinelli, out to Saka, and that's it. You know, someone asked an interesting question in the chat about what's happening with Tierney. How come we don't play Tierney?
Tierney, how come he didn't get a run out in that game?
Why does he not get a run out in that game?
I don't know, man.
Has he cussed Arteta or something? Because that guy has gone missing. All I see him doing is modeling like new kits and stuff, but I don't see him playing. And let me tell you something as well.
He's not even in the squad notes at all. That's how
I know.
bad
Let me tell you something as well. Yeah, Shevchenko as well. Yeah, he seems to be putting us. He's a good player, but he also puts us in a lot of trouble at times, man. He put us in a lot of trouble in that game. You know, with him coming inside, because all what happens is, that right side just gets empty, isn't it? And then all of a sudden they're running down the right flank, and Zinchenko's like halfway up the pitch, and you can expose that every time, because what he always does is invert, and he comes inside. So you know what? If we lose the ball, that ball goes out to the right, we're in trouble.
But again, that has been the system that has been our upside this season. That is what has enabled us to actually score goals this season. And without it, we won't be in the position we are in this season. So it's about picking the kind of poison that you want. So which poison do you want? Don't you want to score, or do you want to just sit back with him and don't score or have any effect in the game? Which poison would you take? So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay,
so which one would you? Football bands. Now I push that question back to you. Which one would you take? Because mind you, without the help of Zinchenko this season, we'll be languishing in maybe fourth or fifth this season. Without his help, or the goals that he has directly contributed to this season. So without him, this top four we're even talking about, that we're even jostling for, we might not even be in it. So it's either a blessing or a curse. So which one would you prefer? Do you prefer for us to just? I don't know. You tell me.
No, you're right. You're right, because Tierney's the type that wants to, get to the byline and cut it in, or he just do one of those air crosses to no one, where no one
to no one. Yeah, exactly.
So if I took the one out of the both evils, it probably be Zinchenko. But there is high risk as well with him as well.
But that's the
But
game, yeah. That's even the game that Pep Guardiola plays. High risk, high
yeah,
reward. That's it. The problem there is, do we have the personnel to actually execute such high risk, reward game? And the answer is no. We don't have the kind of personnel that should run that type of program right now. And it still boils down to what Craig said earlier in the show. Do we have the squad to actually do this? And the answer is no.
no, we don't.
The
I
answer,
want
the answer
Cassioli or Rice, man. I definitely want one of those two guys, man. Seriously,
Yeah,
because
someone in the chat, of course,
that was
Arsenal
a big
above all
difference.
is saying, agree, bro. He said something here. He said, agree, bro, which is why it's vital we get Rice or Caicedo in
Definitely,
the summer. Yeah, because if we have
definitely.
someone like Rice or Caicedo, those guys can literally hold the ball. So even if
Ball
Zinchenko,
carriers.
exact ball carriers and ball holders at the
Yeah,
same time, because Caicedo and Rice are, they could also play as defensive midfielders, of
yeah.
course, in the during play, and
Hmm.
it shows that they can be able to hold the ball. So even if Zinchenko makes those bumping inverted runs out there, there's someone who could mop up and also
Cover it.
hold
Yeah,
the ball, so that, of course, so we could mitigate the problems of what you just explained about Zinchenko being in the midfield or being in in the opposition's box while they're bumping right forward. So all these problems, man. See what's the way forward, Craig? What do we have to do now? Like, and again, do you think this would affect the mentality, the losing of that penalty? Does this affect Ramsdale in any ways, performances? Mind you, he pushed the ball into the net in that Sporting Lisbon game. Martinelli lost the penalty. Does this affect the psychology of the team in any way, Greg?
Well, Arsenal, well, some of the, well, I know we've got a young squad, but we've got a lot of winners in the squad as well. We've got like players like Shevchenko's won the Premier League. We've got Jesus, so them players will be helping the younger players get through. And you've got players like Saka who've been through the same issues of missing a penalty in a big final for England. So these players have recovered from, well, Saka have recovered from it. So I'm just hoping everyone can recover, and also got a good psychological team that will help the players get through this. And they got the good manager, and they got the players who will motivate them to get back to winning ways. But
Yeah.
it what we have to be careful of, that we don't be complacent towards now end of the season. We're not playing any more Sunday games anymore. We're playing more Saturday games now, so that might help us now. So we're not
that's
so,
yeah,
so
that's a very good point that you made. Actually, the
Ratio.
Thursdays and the Sundays are tiring for the players.
mm,
That's
Oh
what
my
Martin Keown was saying. He's
These guys are getting money, man. Why are we bringing this excuse, Prof, man?
no, it's not. It's not. It's
Football
not. It's not. It's
fans,
not
why are these excuses, man? Why are these excuses?
no,
Prof, it's
but now,
excuses.
but
See, Prof, we're not, see, no, there's no Man United fan here. We're goodness, man. Let's tell ourselves that it's excuses, man. It's excuses. It's a fallacy. It's not true.
Yeah,
It's
but the
not
thing
true.
is, you know what? Half of you is right, and half of you is, well. Look at Saka. Saka's like, we know Saka's solid, yeah, but Saka seems to be playing like every single game. He seems to play a lot of football. It's like he hardly ever gets rested, and he's still a. You have to take into context. Saka is still a young player at the moment. What is he? 21 still?
21.
21.
He's playing a hell of a lot of
He has
football.
always been that player. He
Yeah,
has always been that player who plays all the whole games throughout the season without
but
Mm.
having a
he
problem,
also
without having serious burnout, apart from the
yeah.
start of the season.
But you can see, you saw in the first leg towards the end, Saka looked tired, man. He
Mm.
Mm.
looked tired in the first leg
Mm.
coming towards the end of that game. And it's not even just physically tired; it's mental. It's a mental
Mental,
thing as
yeah,
well.
mental, yeah, the mentality too. See, yeah, I
They're
don't
not
know, I don't
robots, man.
know,
They're human beings as well. We have to
I
we
don't
have
know.
to remember
So,
that.
so it boils down to our recruitment. It boils down to Edu and the lots of them. That's what it boils down to. Because see,
Let me
yeah,
ask you. I have to ask you something, Tony. Sorry to stop you. Yeah.
yeah,
Why
please,
did
bro.
Arteta leave Fabio Vieira on, who's not very physical. Why
Mm.
did he leave him on for that amount of time in the game when he could have brought on Odegaard? You touched on it earlier. Why did he leave him so long?
Bro, that's all I'm asking for.
I don't understand.
See, anyway, I do understand it that Fabio Vieira is Portuguese. One, of course, you're playing a Portuguese opposition. He's had lots of joys against Sporting Lisbon back when he was in Portugal with FC Porto. He scored a couple of goals against the same Sporting Lisbon team. He knows the team in total. He understands their gameplay in terms of like maybe what they might be saying in Portuguese that maybe other team members don't know. I kind of understand that. But again, if this guy is not playing quite well, take him off. Bring in other God who could find pocket spaces and open up the gameplay. Release Saka. The problem there is that, see, it's not like Saka wasn't in that game. He was in there, but they've doubled up on him. And that's the problem throughout the season with Saka, even if he's still scoring goals. These guys, and it's also still boils down to what Craig said again, too. These guys, they've known our plan A, they've known our number one plan. Do we have a successful plan B or plan C? If we need to look, see, sometimes we want to do this tiki taka kind of sweet
Dance
game.
it in the net.
Sometimes it's not. See, man. Sometimes you have to do it the hard way. Sometimes you have to look passes up. You have to go on serious crosses in, and that's why you need someone like Kirian Tierney in the first place to come in, bump forward, and send those crosses in. You need to have that balance, but we don't have anything. Our players have been doubled up on. Chances upon chances were being lost that day. Jesus lost some quite good chances to put us ahead too in that game too. So I'm really worried about Gabriel Jesus. Mind ya, before he left for injury, before he got that injury in the
Yeah,
World Cup, he was
yeah,
fluffing his lines
yeah.
before he went. Let's be very sincere. This is a Gunners affair. No other person, no Man United fan is here or Chelsea fan to laugh at us. We're talking as Gunners, and that's the truth. His form has been questionable even before he went on injury. So him coming back and getting those chances, and mind you, he also got a chance in the game he came on for. I think was it Fulham.
Yeah,
Fulham, yeah,
Fulham. Yeah,
yeah,
Fulham. Yeah,
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 yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he had a last minute dash that could have been a
yeah.
goal. So so all these things might also be playing in his psychology too. He's not getting goals, and it's a big problem for us. Martinelli, who is also coming out from his own problems too, and just started scoring recently, is so fragile, and his penalty miss shows that to you that he's fragile too. Trossard too got some chances, but uh, he can't do it every day, ain't it?
Mm.
You know, Ivan Tony was the one that I wanted in January. I know he's had this
Mm,
court case and all this rubbish, yeah, but Ivan Tony would have been a perfect plan B. And
perfect
that
plan
guy
B.
leads that guy leads the line as well. And he would bag
Oh,
for Arsenal. He would proper bag for us,
I
proper
have a
London
problem,
boy
man.
as well. That's the type,
Well,
and he's physical in the air as well. He'll
in
win
the
ball knockdowns.
everything, bro. See, yeah, guys, if we don't bounce back against Crystal Palace,
Oh,
aye.
Don't
Okay,
say that.
see,
Don't
okay,
say
see,
that.
okay, see, okay. No, it's not. See, Craig, it's not funny again.
I
See,
know it's
Craig,
not funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, Craig, yeah. See, Craig. I was at work, and someone sent me a doomsday book. It was not a person than football bands. I was at work, and then he sent me this message on Instagram, and it was our hero,
oh, Vieira.
Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira being sacked. And you know what? Yeah, I wasn't even angry about the sack. It's about the manager bounce, the guy that they will put there that would I would say, you know what? Yeah, let's make a statement against Arsenal. Now that's a problem. All
Yes,
teams have done that to us. We've lost those games or drop points against them. Eric Ten Hag, when he came in, he had to get that point against Arsenal, right? Good. He got it
Mm.
against Arsenal at Old Trafford. Sean Dyche, even if he's been the whooping boys of every other team this season, against Arsenal, the bounce back. See, I would ask you this question. It's for both of you, but football bands, you have to take a lead on that. You brought that doomsday book to me on Instagram. See, what do you think? Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, manager bounce, Patrick Vieira sacked. What do you think?
Well, we don't know who's going to be sitting in on tomorrow. I haven't heard anything that anyone. Maybe Roy Hodgson got a call, but I don't know
Yeah, I
who.
think Roy Hodgson. I'm seeing him talk up
Yeah.
that job. I don't
So
know.
you know what it is? You know who's probably gonna have a good game against us? It's gonna be Zaha, isn't it?
It's
Wilf
gonna be Zaha.
always seems to like maybe not score against us, but he always seems to have a be motivated when it comes to
He
playing.
has a bone to pick against
Another
Arsenal.
thing as
He
well,
hates Arsenal.
yeah, and I don't think he hates Arsenal. I think he wanted
No,
to
while
beat them.
playing,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wants to get goals against us, man.
Do you know we haven't beaten them since 2018 as well? So that's concerning.
That's
So
concerning.
there may be a bit of
And the
that
manager
going
bounce.
into the
They
game
just
as
sacked
well.
Patrick Vieira. Yeah.
So do the lads believe that they can go out tomorrow at the Emirates and win? Because I think we've been pretty. I don't think we've been that great at the Emirates over the last few games, have we? Was it 4 wins in 8 or something like some crazy stat like that? So I can see the crowd if we don't score like in the first 20 half an hour. I can see the crowd getting a bit frustrated because that will mean Palace will come into the game a bit more. So if we score early,
yeah,
I think it could be like 3-0. I think we can score a few goals, but if we don't, then even a draw harms us as well. We need to win that game. I think we need to win. Just have that 8-point
it's
gap.
a final. We don't have the luxury of drawing these games. We have to win. We have to win. We're out of all the old trophies, brother. We need to win this trophy. There's no gimmicks about this. No draws. It's win, win, win. Even Man City, we have to win Man City. We have to go to Anfield and win.
The centre back
There's no excuses.
Our centre back pairing isn't there as well now. So you know what? Wilf will. You know what? If
we're in trouble, man.
If Hairline's coming in, what's his name now? I've forgotten the bloody
Holding.
If Holding comes in, he can't keep a high line defense, can he? He's more of a penalty box defender, isn't he? So
defender, yeah.
So balls over the top could be a mazza for us tomorrow. Isn't it, Craig? It could be a mazza.
Yes.
Especially with their pace in behind us.
I'm praying Saliba's fit, man. I'm praying he's fit tomorrow. I'm praying tonight.
I saw a rumor in Twitter saying that he's out for several weeks. So he might.
Who is out?
That Saliba's out.
Oh my God!
I think he might be back for the Liverpool game, but I think he might be I think he's definitely out tomorrow. I don't know, but it's
guys. We're in soup. We are in soup. Like, I mean, the boiling kind of soup, yeah? Like the one that's boiling, not the chilled one. The boiling soup. We're in trouble. If we don't go into this Crystal Palace game and bamboozle these guys at the Emirates and beat them up, black and blue, we're in trouble. Because see, yeah, that mentality people have of our team, like, these guys are going to bottle it. That's what's going to happen at the end of the day. If we don't beat Crystal Palace, it will be one of the biggest bottle jobs ever. If Arsenal don't win this title, man, we have to. And again, see, Mikel Arteta. No one likes Mikel Arteta more than me. He has to take responsibility for that Easter down there in Europa League. He has to take responsibility. Yeah, the players messed up too, but he has to take responsibility for that. He messed up. He totally goofed his lines, goofed his ball. He showed his inexperience. Bro, he messed up. He messed up. Do I still want him as a manager? Yes. Will I still back him? Yes. but he has to produce the goods this season. He has to win the Premiership. If he doesn't win the Premiership, bro, it could get that kick out of the football club and bring a manager who would at least do something. I'm not there yet. Let's see what happens with the league. If he bottles it, I'm ready for a new coach. What about you guys, Craig? If he bottles the league, will you say, Mikel Arteta, thank you for the memories. Uh, it's time to go.
I'll be very, very upset if he bottled the league. And I want to think in a clear head now, because I'm still like from the other day. But if it doesn't win us the league this season, then he's lost the dressing room, because the same thing that happened last season when he bottled top four. We had top four in our own hands. We beat Man United that Sunday.
Yeah.
Then we lost the other 4 games. We lost against
We
Brighton.
bottled it. We bottled it.
Yeah, we bottled it.
We bottled it. Let's be frank. We bottled it.
And Spurs fans were laughing at us all summer. The whole Premier League was laughing at the amount of memes that was getting online. Oh my gosh. It can't happen again. It can't happen again.
It can't. See, football bands, take a cue from what Craig has said. Of course, your own opinion. If Mikel Arteta doesn't win this Premier League title that we've all around it this season, and at least giving him, at least his props for at least going head to head with Man City. If he doesn't win this title this season, football band, abs, do you think we can say, Mikel Arteta, thanks for the memories, the FA Cup, and helping us challenge for the title. It's time to go. Is that what will be in your mouth, football band?
That's a very tough question to answer. And the reason why it's a tough question to answer is Arteta's developed this team. I know his first couple of seasons weren't great, but he's got us at the pinnacle now. He's got us at that stage. All right, we've went out of a few cups this season. We weren't expecting to challenge for
football bands. Not a few cups, all of the cups. Let's be frank with all this. It's all the cups.
All of the cups, but we're still top of the league. We have to like contextualize this now. We are still top of the league. We've been top of the league for how many weeks? What we dropped off for how many times did we drop off from top of the league? Not that much. So in terms of consistency, we've been doing well in the league. So something he's doing in the league with the players, is keeping them motivated. All right, we had our little blip, but we're still there. We're still 5 points ahead of Man City. That is a huge thing to do with these killers. These Man City teams,
I agree.
It may not be. You know what? Sometimes, you have to just think to yourself. Man City, four Premier Leagues out of 5. Okay, and they've got a killer in Haaland. Scoring loads of goals.
A robot. Call him a robot.
But we're still top of the league, and we're still fighting for the league. So I'm not going to answer that question about if we don't win, I'm going to be vexed. I'm going to be vexed, but I know what's going to happen. I'm going to be vexed for a few weeks, and then do you know what? I'm going to say, let's go again. What I'm not.
Let's go again and disrespect the Europa League by not putting our
I'm
first 11.
I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not even thinking about
and going out of the Carabao Cup and not getting the cup, disrespecting that. It's a Mickey Mouse Cup. But see, should we go through this lane again? That's what I'm saying. Should we go to this? Can't we be as cutthroat as Real Madrid and say, you know what? Thanks for the memories. Bye.
Nah. Do you know what? He's not going anywhere anyway, because he's done. What he's done is the expectation was to be in the top 4 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I do
agree. Don't blame me. I'm just a pundit. I'm just asking the question.
What I will say, and people do not say as well is that we fans are fickle because we say, oh yeah, do you know what? If we come second at the end of the season, then do you know what? It would have been a great season anyway. The players and Arteta ain't thinking that. They want to win this league. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know our boys want to win this league. Yeah, and
yeah,
there's fans
yeah.
out there that want to win the league. Yeah, I
Mm,
don't get this.
mm.
Oh well, do you know what? We're overachieving, obviously, but we've got to a stage now where we have to change our thought process. We've got we've got 11 games to go. Now, if we win 10 games, as you said, we've got the league. We've won the league.
Who got the league? Who got the league?
City can also drop points as well, you know. They can also drop points. What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah.
with Arsenal drop points? City can also drop points as well. So I don't understand this mentality of, oh, you have to win every single game. We may not have to win every single game. It may not be decided at Man City. You don't know. There's twists and turns everywhere.
See, football bans, I do accept that there are twists and turns everywhere. But again, it's just like deja vu all over again. What Arsenal fans have been facing for all these years. We're going to a European League tie at home that we're meant to just seal and finish it up. And then we bottle it again. Come on, man. Even you have to accept that was a bottle job. You have to accept it. You have to. We're leading this league title race with about 11 points, and then we bottled it up to this point. But we're still top. I give it. But again, if no one is being held responsible for this default that we're having, very soon we might lose track of what's really going on and just derail completely. I've seen it happen. I've been an Arsenal fan all these years, at least for more than 26 years. I've been a core Arsenal fan, so I've seen all these things happen. So I don't know, man. I don't know. At this point, I would just keep quiet because we're still topping that league table. If that chip is out, my brother, man, we have to start getting more tougher on what's going on with our football club. I personally gave Mikel Arteta 3 years to win the league. And the reason for that, like I've already told you, is just because of there were lots of things to mop up at Arsenal. Right now, that excuse is already still, it's gone. Right now, we have a team. He's brought his own players. He needs to start delivering the goods.
Yeah,
You
we have
know,
to win the league this season. We have to win.
yeah, bro, he has to. Craig, doesn't he have to win the title this season? Is there any
Yes,
excuse for that?
there's no excuse. Out of all the players, out of all the players that are left from Arsenal since Arsene Wenger's been there, only Xhaka and Rob Holding, only two players that Wenger signed. All
Are
the players
there?
that Wenger signed, they're all gone. They're all
They're
gone.
all gone. They're ex-players.
So there's no excuses anymore. You can't say he's got dead
They're
wood in his squad.
ex-players.
He's got no dead wood, so he has to. It's his team now. That's his team. So he has to deliver.
Yeah. I totally agree with you too. He has to deliver this season. He just has to deliver. Man, football bands, just imagine what you will go through if we bottle this at the end of the season. Imagine what Deji Sports will do with us. Just imagine what all these other guys will do with us. I
Hmm.
would have to. Only God knows where I'll be if that happens. But I have the confidence in a way that that this title will be ours. It's just gonna be a miracle. We could still win it, but Mikel Arteta, he has to fix up. No excuses now. He has to fix up. See, let's go into this Crystal Palace match proper. Yeah, Craig, are you afraid of Crystal Palace in any way? These guys haven't scored a goal this year. See, let's do. They've not scored a goal this year. We know that Arsenal is a team that keeps on giving. We open up and give these guys lots of gifts. We gave a gift to Sean Dyche when Everton needed that kick. Do you think we're going to build a football club that gives Crystal Palace the kick that they want and that they've been looking for since the start of this year? Do you have 100% confidence in your team after our showing on Thursday that we're going to go to the Emirates back in London and we're going to beat Crystal Palace? And mind
And
you, Crystal Palace, I think it's a London derby, right?
It is, yeah, London
Oh
derby.
my God! Oh Jesus
But
Christ!
to be
God,
fair,
God save us.
we've won all our London derbies this season. We haven't lost any London derbies this season. The first time in a long time.
Yeah,
We
but
won
we've
all our
drawn.
games.
We've drawn one that looks like a loss. The one against Brentford.
Yeah, we haven't lost. We've been unbeaten this
Yeah,
season
yeah, I know, but it
in
felt
London
like a
derbies.
loss anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like, as Ab said before, that we have to score early tomorrow to kill off any. Because the fans are going to be like still hurting from Thursday, so we have to score early and score a couple goals, just like how we did against Fulham the other day when went 3 up for half time. We're gonna have to do that again tomorrow, just to get the fans on side, because I know the fans are still hurting from Thursday, so we have to put on a show for them tomorrow. Am I scared of
Mm.
Crystal Palace? Yeah, they got players that could hurt us. They got Eze, they got who's the
True.
other guy? Elise, they got Zaha, and they did beat us
Edward,
last.
Edward,
Ed,
Edward,
Ed,
Edward is
Edouard as
there. He's
well,
looking for goals.
and
He's looking
they
for
got
this guy's.
and they got good defenders as well. They got Guay, and they got Anderson as well. They're good pros. So what we have to do tomorrow is to score early and win the game early, and don't concede any goals. That's to get confidence in Ramsdale after that mistake the other day. I know his confidence must be shot, so we have to be very proactive tomorrow. Not we can't be lackadaisy in midfield. We have to be go for it from the start, from kickoff till the 90th minute. Let's go
Mm,
for the game and win the game.
yeah.
I personally feel we should win tomorrow. We can't afford to drop any points. If we win, we'll go 8 points clear. Man City don't play again until the 1st of April, so
Yeah.
they have to play Liverpool. Their next game is Liverpool. So if
Oh,
Liverpool,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
so
That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
must
yeah.
so
That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so if Liverpool can do us a favor and pick up points off them, and Liverpool are going for top four, so if they can pick up points against Man City, then we win our next game. We'd be like 12 points clear. So we have to think
Mm,
positive.
mm,
Got to think
mm.
positive. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Exactly. See, football band. Do you agree with Craig? I agree. I agree. I see the bright side in that. Do you agree? Do you see the bigger picture?
For me, the only worry I have about Palace is set pieces.
Hmm.
They're quite a physical side, and my only worry is our centre back pairing.
Oh my
The
God. Oh
communication
my
between
God.
Holding and Gabriel. They may be good together, but they haven't played a lot together this season. So
Hmm.
how would that pan out? You know, who else is injured as well? Tommy Yasu's injured, so we probably put Ben White in on the right. So that's good because Ben White can overlap with Saka, so that's fine. On the left, Martinelli, he missed that penalty, so he'll have something to prove on Sunday. He desperately wants to score on Sunday. If Jesus starts, he's desperately want to score a goal tomorrow as well. Saka is Saka, as we know. Partey starts, he control the midfield. Hopefully, he won't get bullied. But we know Partey is Partey. Odegaard,
Hmm.
if he comes back in, Mr. Creative. So we've got quite a strong team that should deal with Crystal Palace. The only thing is we don't want to be giving stupid like free kicks.
Stupid free kicks everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah, because them set pieces, man. You know what? We
Ugh.
haven't been great on set pieces recently. We've been conceding
Yeah,
quite
recently we've been conceding horrible goals, bro.
stupid goals. Yeah,
Stupid,
yeah,
horrible
exactly.
goals with set pieces,
Yeah,
man, bro, man. It's shocking, man. But we're top of the league, right? It covers everything.
yeah.
Let's go. Let's keep going. See, yeah, Craig, the matchup on Thursday, yeah,
Mm.
it went to extra time and then penalties. These players are knackered. Does this have any effect on that match, Crystal Palace match, that you and me know that it's going to be one of the most physical matches that we're going to play? That's how London derbies are structured. Always very physical. Look at Fulham, we beat them up, but they were still physical at the end of the day.
Mm,
Brentford, very physical players, of course. Even Tottenham Hotspur, we beat them up, but very physical. You feel it at the end of the day.
mm.
Do you think we're going into that match? 100% fit and okay to assume that match and go there and get a point or get 3 points as we presume to go there to get
Well,
that 3 points normally?
well, he refed Trossard in the game. I don't think Jesus is going to start tomorrow. I think Jesus will come on to the sub. I'll be surprised if he starts. Jesus had 45 minutes. Saka played in the second half, so Partey played in the second half. So I think some of the players are fresh. The only ones you have to worry about is like the Jackers and maybe Jorginho. I don't think Jorginho's going to start tomorrow anyway, so he won't start. Ben White played played a lot of minutes on the other day. So and Gabriel, the defender, played a lot of minutes as well, the whole game. So and Shevchenko played the whole game as well. So a few players that you might have to watch out for, and Martinelli played the whole game as well. So we have to see. Maybe in the 70th minute or so, 67th minute, you might have to make a couple of changes just to freshen up the squad a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to make a couple of
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah, after 60 minutes, you're going to see some of these
Tired
guys
legs,
start-
some cramps and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but football bands. Same question to you. Do you think these players are going to be knackered already right now as it is? In order to face a very, very physical Crystal Palace side. You saw what they did to Man City. Hard grilled, hard as nails, forced these guys into making lots of mistakes. Even remove that mistake area, yeah. Push them hard to the limit. It took a mistake, a very goofy mistake from Eze to gift them the penalty that they used to win last weekend. Do you think that Arsenal have the grit, have the fitness in mostly when you consider what happened on Thursday, of course, the extra time and going through to penalties and the whole mental stress, and after shot of what happened down there, do you think we have the fitness and do you think we have the mental strength to face Crystal Palace at this time?
The easy answer is yes, but
Okay,
um,
that's an easy. Do you believe it? No, football.
yeah, exactly. Do I believe that?
Football man,
That's
do you really
another
believe
question.
it? Like deep in your heart, do you believe it?
No,
No.
because
Oh God.
this is Arsenal. Yeah,
Mm.
you don't know you don't know what you're getting week to week. With
You don't know
Arsenal.
what you're getting, right?
Considering we've played that full 90 extra time, yeah, players are going to be tired come the 60th minute, yeah. And when you're winning, yeah, you've got that energy. And
Yeah.
one thing we may be able to do well against Palace is keep loads of possession. So maybe we'll tire them out first, yeah.
Yeah.
But my only concern is that mentality of, well, we haven't beaten you guys since 2018 at the Emirates. Is that something that will play on the minds of the players if we don't score in the first half? If it could be just, the game could just end up just like a 1-0 Arsenal or something like that, or a 1-1. You never know.
Or Arsenal could gift them. Arsenal, we
Yeah.
gift
Gift them
these
an
teams wins at times. Teams that are in need of a win, look at Everton. We gifted them that win when they needed it most. So all these things are the things I'm scared about. But okay, let's go to the predictions and let's just go.
Yeah.
Craig, what's your prediction for the matchup, man? And what do you think? What do you think? Predictions?
I feel a sneaky 2-0.
2-0. Okay. Fair enough. Who do you think would score the goals?
Saka and Martinelli.
Saka, Martinelli, right? Okay. Football band. What do you think? Predictions for that game?
I think it's going to be closer than everyone thinks, or do you know what? I might be wrong, but I think it's going to be like something like a 2-1.
Okay.
Who's going to score? I think Trossard's going to score. I think Trossard's going to be man of the match, and I think
that's a big prediction, man.
you know what? He's due like a couple of goals in a game. He's due to like he had that free hat trick assists against Fulham. Yeah, so he's due like a big, like some goals in the Premier League. So Trossard definitely. I'm gonna say Trossard too. Trossard's
Just
gonna
a
get
two. Just a
yeah.
two. Guys, take a look at this comment from the assembled. The assembled is too much of a relic for my liking, but let's let's check this out. It says here, let's not delude ourselves. City are coming into form and are capable of winning the rest of the games. But
No, he's
hey,
right.
is
He's
he
right.
lying? He's not. He's not
No, he's not
lying.
lying. This is
Technically,
business end.
technically,
This is
the
where City come
assembled
alive.
technically the assembled is speaking facts. It's true. These guys could just go on that run that we've been talking about, yeah? It's just 11 games. And mind you, they've already started pulling the runs. They can do this. If
The
it's
thing
any
is
other player,
though,
it's they can do
the thing
this.
is though, the thing is though, yeah, if we keep winning, yeah, that's gonna chisel at them. That's gonna chisel at
Mm,
City. I don't care
okay.
how good City are, yeah. If we keep winning, yeah, that points gap's gonna stay the same until
Hmm.
we play them and play Liverpool, possibly Chelsea as well. But I'm
Possibly
not taking Chelsea.
Newcastle. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
oh
we
yeah,
have lots of
Newcastle as well.
deadly
So
games,
have
man.
City got any big games? City's got to play Liverpool. City's got to go to Liverpool. No, Liverpool's got to go to City's
to
yeah.
City,
And that's
Etihad,
not an
right?
easy game. That's not an
It's
easy
not an
game for
easy
City.
game. It's a tough one. Mm. And mind you,
So
Liverpool have to qualify for top four, so they'll be scrapping. They'll be scrapping.
exactly.
Yeah. They'll be
But
clutching
that's
on
not a
all
promise. That's not
cylinders
a
for that.
promise win. That's and Liverpool like playing City as well. They like beating City, so that game
I
could
think
go
City,
anywhere.
City, City, City got Chelsea, right? I think they have Chelsea.
Chelsea's not that great though. Chelsea's not
Yeah,
good at
yeah, but
all.
but again, Chelsea might be looking to just get anything to help them to get to Europe. So I
Yeah.
don't know, but I don't know, man. That Chelsea team too have been crazy too.
What's your prediction for tomorrow?
Um, I think 1-0. Arsenal is going to we're going to suffer for that goal, man. Yeah, because I believe the boys are knackered, bro.
Yeah,
They're knackered. They're tired, bro. Bro, it's not easy, man, to play. We need to consider the physicality of that game on Thursday. That game wasn't an easy game to play. It was extremely physical, bro.
yeah, yeah,
Extremely.
yeah.
Mostly when you're playing with these Portuguese guys, they're very tricky. They always genuinely like carrying the ball, so they like lots of possession. So Arsenal were actually
We
playing
were
catch
running.
up to them
Yeah,
most times.
yeah.
So of course you'll be running, and it takes time, it takes energy, and of course it could fizzle out. And the person I'm a bit afraid of is Saka, man. That guy might literally burn out the season. I frankly see that happening. I pray it doesn't happen, but no replacement. No one is there to help. No like for like replacement for him. No one we can be able to say confidently is going to come for Saka. Look at Nelson. Good. He has a couple of good games, and then the next one, what happened? To be very sincere, he was totally negated in that game against Sporting Lisbon. Nowhere to be found, and that's it. So that's why when you have a winning formula, don't change it. If Nelson is good as a super sub, keep him as a super sub. Bring him in and let him give you those goals as a super sub. But when you keep tinkering with the whole thing and bringing him to start the match, he scored a goal, he's good and okay to start. Bro, you just tinker with the whole thing, and then we'll bottle the whole thing. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. Guys, shout out where people could find you guys. Man, guys. Today we're not just going to clap for the players today. I said today it's going to be a hard grilling one, and that's what everyone here have done. I'm very proud of all of you guys. Craig hitting them hard, football band hitting hard too, but again in a constructive way, not pulling down the players and calling them shit or calling them, names. But again, how I run my channel is to actually constructively criticize these guys. If they're doing well, I will herald them. If they're not, they need to fall in line at times, and just have a little bit of that critical stick, and that's what everyone here have done, and we've done it respectfully. So, Craig, thanks for coming to the show, man. Please shout
Thank
out where
you.
people could find you, my brother.
On my Instagram is 829 Matthews, and my other one for my media company is 87.uk.
Guys, see what Thunderbird is. Oh my God. God help me. Thunder Road. Thunder Road says, if we bottle this, I will go on vacation like Tony, out of office settings. Guys, man, I'm running away from here by, I think, by the end of the month. So, you guys will see. Um Football band, Craig and Weezer, the show will still go on. I'll be on a 1 month holiday. So the show will still go on. So you guys are the ones that are gonna, take the cake when the bashings come in. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be here for that. With you guys, I will only schedule the show, and I'll give you guys will come and do it. Anyone who hits you guys hard, I just have to run away. Please, I need
I
to.
think you owe Deji some money as well. I think Deji be coming for you. I'm telling you.
He'll be coming for me, man.
Yeah,
I'll run away for 1 month, my brother. I'm not built for this shit, bro. Say football banter, my guy. Thanks for coming to the show. Whenever I see you, it's always happiness. It's always
you
good
know.
energy. Same thing with Craig too. Lovely energy I have with these guys and these brothers, man. Thanks for coming to the show. And of course, we all own the show. You all have stakes, on the show. You share it. You can do it because it belongs to all of us. Football band, please shout out where people could find you, my brother. And that lovely football band channel you're trying to rebrand, please shout it out for people.
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to big up my boy Amondi in the chat. That's my brother
Oh,
from
on
Clubhouse.
Monday, on Monday, on
That's my
Monday,
boy.
on Monday. I love on
I know
Monday.
him. I know him
Uh,
personally.
Personally, right? He's a
He's
great
my
guy. I
guy.
love him to death.
Big Man United fan. Go and watch.
Yeah.
Go and follow his Man United Agenda channel. He's one
Man
of my
United
boys.
Agenda. Guys in the
Yeah,
chat, please go to
yeah.
Man United Agenda and go and subscribe to Amondi. Great guy, great personality.
Listen,
You'll never see a better person than that guy. I like that. I like that man. He's a
very
great
good
human
knowledge
being.
on the
I've seen.
game. Very good knowledge on the game. Very good footballer back
Exactly
in the
when
day
he's
as well.
talking about
I've known him
football.
a long time, so he's a
Mm,
very good guy and a very good man.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, big up
yeah.
to him, Monday.
Big ups on Monday. Big ups on Monday. I love you to that. You know that too. Yeah.
Anyway, you can catch me Football Bants channel on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So yeah, just come and subscribe or like the video. Just give me a little bit of love, and you know what, I'll follow you back and all them things there. But it's been a great show, man.
Yeah, yeah. See, everyone who came to the show today, Luca AFC is also a friend of the show. Guys, go to Luca AFC and subscribe to Luca. Great guy too. The Assembled is always a big supporter of this show, even if he's a very hard guy to deal with. He has lots of tough questions for us and lots of tough wordings and sayings. But of course, he knows his football. So big ups to you, The Assembled, man. You always have my back all the time on the show. Arsenal above all. Thanks for coming to the show, man. Respect to you. Look at AFC. Thanks to you. Thunder Road, another guy who shows
On
me
the
love
road,
down
man.
here.
He
Thunder
cracks me
Road.
up.
Thunder
He's so
Road.
funny, man. He's funny. I
He's a
love him.
heavy hitter, but he always
Definitely,
comes here to show me
definitely.
love. Thunder Road, big ups to you, man. Big ups to you. God bless you, my brother.
Big up to Craig
And
as well.
every other person that's coming here on Monday, Juma. Thank you for coming here, my big brother, man. He says, big up Tony, Craig, and everyone. See, big up to you on Monday. guys, go and show love to the Man United agenda. If you want to hear anything that has to do about Manchester United, he got the meat. Just go there and do it with him. Yeah, he talks great football. Football Bands channel, guys. You have to go show love to Football Bands channel too, and to my friend's channel, Craig Matthews. Just go follow them on Instagram, follow them on Twitter, wherever they are. You know, they all know football. They want to talk football. Just talk to them and brace yourself for what's coming. Catch us next week on Friday, unfailingly. No changes this time. Wizard will be coming back to the yard. Abs is gonna be here definitely. I'm gonna be getting my main man too, Craig. Too, he'll be here, Craig Matthews, to chop it off. Then after that, I'll be sailing and running away. You know, and abandon ship for all these guys to captain it, because trust me, the abuses will start raining very soon. So I have to run away a little bit. I hope you guys have the metal and the bottle to to show that. But anyway, Arsenal is still top of the league. Let's just go with that energy and beat up Crystal Palace on the day. Thank you guys for coming to the show. Big ups everyone. Have a lovely Sunday. Go praise God tomorrow wherever you are. If you're a Christian or if you're even Muslim, remember Allah is great. Okay, take care everyone and big ups.
Okay,